So on the Lexus website, looking at all the new 2025 models, UX, NX, NX Hybrid, NX Plug-in. Let's try a UX Hybrid. Make that phone call. Starting price $37,490. Should be interesting to see how much the one we get is going to be. Okay, here's the price sheet. I do have the paper version, which is better quality, but I put it on the computer screen because it's larger. So let's take a look. This is the more expensive F-Sport version, and here's the goodies you get. I'll just scroll down so you can see. And as always, you've got options that jack up the price. A big jump from 37 grand. But one good selling point, it's made in Japan. The way Japanese cars should be, but really aren't much anymore. In horsepower, it's jumped up from 181 to 196, it seems, thanks to a larger battery with a 2-liter gas engine. And this is the claimed fuel economy. Good if you can get it. We'll take this out in the real world and see if these numbers are accurate or not. So here's what it looks like, a very nice looking vehicle. We have to do this in the shade because it's 110 degrees outside and I don't want to get fried. And here's the view from the rear. And they shipped it all the way from Texas, where their headquarters is, because they were wise enough to move away from California. Well, the first thing we do when we get vehicles is check and see if there's a spare tire. There is not. Get a flat, you're out of luck. By the way, because of the curved rear window design, there's not much space in here. Especially if you have the cover on, which I took off. Yeah, this is a square back like many SUVs. Wouldn't be a problem. It's slanted, so it's for looks. Give up some room. That's just the way it is. And the second thing we do, check and see what brand of tires they're giving us, because a lot of manufacturers are putting cheap garbage on to save money, but here we got Bridgestones, that's okay. And third thing we do is take the headlights out in the dark, see how they perform. We already did a video on that and posted on YouTube. I have a link for that at the end of this video. This is a small vehicle, so there's not much room in the second row seating. But hey, it's a small vehicle, right? Let's look at the cabin. We got a large glove box. The quality materials and workmanship, excellent, as you would expect on a Lexus, especially a Japanese-made Lexus. Very simple climate controls. Thank you. Nice gauge cluster, but we're getting a lot of glare because of this plastic cover. Now, this is a totally redesigned vehicle, and they still put this stuff on here. What is wrong with Lexus? Don't they have any urge to fix this? Very common problem. They redesigned it and didn't solve it. Controls for the heated or air-conditioned seats. I'm glad we don't have to do this through the info screen. Simple knobs and buttons always work better. And here the EV mode only, and I've never had a hybrid that would operate in EV mode, even though they have the switch. The traditional stick shifter. This is shift by wire. Supposedly get better response. Maybe not. And here's the F Sport button. It gives you normal, custom, Sport, Sport Plus, and Eco modes, which is kind of silly. You need a Sport Plus on a hybrid. People buy this for fuel economy. They're not going to race it, but it looks cool. And when you change the modes, you get a little light show, which is hard to see right now because of the glare. Here you can adjust powertrain, suspension, steering from normal to sport. I have the steering in sport, everything else is normal. Here you have all the so-called safety nannies like lane departure system and automatic braking and all that other garbage that I don't want, so I disconnected everything. I know how to drive. I don't need the car driving for me. There's one complaint I have with the Lexus, and a complaint I have with many Lexus and Toyota products in general. That's the mystery stations that keep popping up after I've deleted them. The first day I got this vehicle, I purged all the radio stations, wiped it clean, so I put up my stations. Yet every other day, the stations I purged, a few of them keep popping up. For example, MSNBC and CNN, two of the dumbest radio stations on the planet, only a moron would listen to, and they keep popping up. I'll delete it again, it'll pop up again tomorrow. And why these particular two stations, I don't know. Maybe it's a curse or a hex. So deletings are easy to do. Press that. Press that. Now they're gone, but I can't help but wonder how long this is going to stay this way. Let's go out and do some driving, and the steering has pretty good feeling feedback, whether it's in the normal or sport mode. The ride is a bit on the firm side. I don't think I'd want to put it in the sport setting. With 15 more horsepower this year, it's slightly quicker, but not by much. Excellent brakes. This is a nice vehicle for city commuting. It's small size, allows you to cut in and out traffic, and even though it's not very quick, the batteries provide a lot of bottom end torque. So it does have a bit of get up and go from a stoplight. Just don't drag race anybody. But I think the idea of testing this car is to see what the fuel economy is, so let's do some fuel economy tests. Take it out on the freeway, do some city driving, get the real world numbers. This vehicle was delivered with 35.6 mpg on the clock. Mainly mixed commuting. We're going to reset it and take a highway trip. See what kind of numbers we get. Usually highway trips are lower than city commuting, but well, you never know. There you go. Back to zero. This vehicle is a pretty good highway cruiser. When noise is low, driving position excellent. The ride is smooth. Oh, there's a bit more thumping from the tires than I would care to hear, but can't have everything. Overall, pretty good for a small vehicle. There you go, 35.8 mpg. Just an update, we reset the computer, did a lot of city driving, keeping our foot lightly on the throttle. We were running the air conditioner though. And driving as slow as we could, we got 37.6. With an outside temperature of just over 100 degrees. I think this is the best we're ever going to see. That concludes our road test. What do I think about this vehicle? Well, kind of expensive for a small rig, but well built. If you want something well built with economy, don't need much room. Might be worth a look. First, you need to see our headlight test night drive. We'll do that right now. Here's the link coming up.